Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're into Game 2 Pro Draft here. We see the Nocturne Respect Band being banned away from Honeyfruit Gaming by Omega Gaming Ice. And in return, we have the Rakan Israel taken away from Omega Gaming by Honeyfruit Gaming. And Cog Hassidin as well. The last ban coming through here. I think it's really smart that they did ban the Nocturne.
Yeah, for sure. Game 1, he was able to run over the side of Omega Gaming and really was pivotal in their win. And I'm really happy with that actual third ban from Honeyfruit Gaming. The fact that they'd already taken the Ezreal off the board, and we see this trifecta. This is exactly how I was expecting this to play out. As soon as they banned Ezreal and Omega Gaming didn't respond with an ADC ban, you knew that both sides were going to get either their pick, or Omega Gaming were going to get their pick of Varus and Aphelios. So that Omega Gaming going for the Varus for Waffle Wheel here, something that he's played a lot of in UML. Really comfortable on that pick. And Honeyfruit Gaming, as you'd expect, respond with the other S tier ADC being Aphelios.
Indeed, indeed. And we see a Kayn pickup, a blind Kayn. If last game was any indication, I wouldn't hold him against Honeyfruit Gaming to put that Kayn top lane. Some orthodox picks. So super interested to see where that goes.
No, you're exactly right. If Omega Gaming draft themselves a melee top laner, for example, Kayn can actually do really well versus melee tops because he finds it really easy to get that Rast form in and get the orbs in quickly, get himself into a position to transform earlier than you might do in the jungle, because obviously it's a lot easier to skirmish up on the top side than it is if you have to try and find pathing through the jungle or things like that.
Yeah.
But it looks like this game we've got Supermark going to be going for a slightly more aggressive style of jungling here, maybe trying to preempt this Kayn being the jungler and really going to try and put him down early before he gets that form. Olaf, notorious for his early game presence, notorious for being able to stomp on fools in the early game, and Kayn notoriously weak as well. Aphelios too, not too strong in the early stages of the game, wants to get himself those 2 items, so Omega Gaming really drafting for the early game with this Olaf pick.
And we see the 2 bans towards Crows in the top lane, excuse me. The Mordekaiser Cannon taken away from him. And in return, we see the Vladimir Diana banned away from the mid laner of Honeyfruit Gaming. I think I expect another Victor pick. He played pretty... Oh, never mind. The Sejuani pick comes out.
Yeah, that was something that they felt like they didn't need to ban, because they maybe felt that they had the Mordekaiser pick locked and loaded ready, but with that being banned away, Omega Gaming are going to have to find another answer to this Sejuani on the top side of the map. And it looks like they're just going to match tankiness with a really nice late game scaler in that Gangplank.
Yeah. The Gangplank allows the scaling, and so does the Cassiopeia. So it looks like it's going to be a heavy late game scaling comp for the side of Omega Gaming Ice.
Yeah, they take a real quick 180 on their early game style comp with the Thresh Varus Olaf pick, and then just draft themselves 2 super monstrous late game team fighters in the Cassio Gangplank. It's going to be on Supermark to get themselves through the early game, coax them into a position to get to the late game stages where Gangplank, Cassiopeia, Varus, somewhat unmatchable in a late game team fight.
Yeah.
And Honeyfruit Gaming going to round out the comp with a Rumble here, so looks like it's probably going to be the Rumble mid lane, Kayn going to go into the jungle, and probably Sejuani again up on the top side for Honeyfruit Gaming. Aphelios Alistair in the bot lane, something that we don't normally see is an Alistair. Normally, we can see Aphelios paired with a Lulu to try and keep him alive, get him some extra scaling on his auto attacks, but the Alistair here going to be trying to do his best to disrupt this Varus and Cassiopeia. Alistair has a really good time versus immobile carries because it's quite easy for him to get into the backline if he's able to engage using that flash, and without the ability to dash away from the headbutt pulverize combo, Varus and Cassiopeia might have a really rough time trying to play versus this Alistair.
Bear with me 1 second, I'm having a mic issue.
That's okay, that's okay. And with that being said, we're going to have potentially a really nice combo coming out from the side of Honeyfruit Gaming, where all they have to do is hit a headbutt pulverize combo, layer the equalizer on top of that, and then that's automatically half of the health bars gone from Omega Gaming Ice. They're going to be finding it really difficult to negotiate these late game team fights just because Honeyfruit can do damage from quite far away. You know, if we see a lethality style virus build come through, then yes, there'll be some matched poke. But in the later stages of this game, Aphelios is going to have lifesteal. The Sejuani, Kane, and Alistair are all going to be relatively tanky and have sustain to get themselves back up. And the Rumble is really the only one who's going to be able to feel the damage coming from the poke, and even then he will have the scrap shield to negate it if he's able to time it right. So I'd really like to see an on-hit style build come from Waffle Wheel, especially because they've drafted this late game team fighting style build or comp. So if they just end up going all in on that, doubling down, then they'll have 3 carries in the late game that they'll have to be focused from Honeyfruit. And just the Olaf from Supermarket is going to be so pivotally important, because if they're able to get a successful early game to transition into the late game stages of this game where they can team fight effectively and they're there on even footing, I can see Ice taking this game. But Honeyfruit Gaming, you know, they had a really dominant game number 1. We can't take that away from them, and if they're able to shut down this Olaf early on, it's going to be really easy for them to snowball ahead, use the Kane who'll get the red form early on. Got lots of options to pick from on this top side of the map. Olaf GP both being melee make it easy for him to get the orbs. Any jungle fights that do occur will help him out a lot. And they do have a lot of tanks, or they do have a lot of tanking potential with the Alistair Sejuani frontline that Omega Gaming will have to cut through to begin with. As we are about to get our way into the draft phase, or into the loading screen right now. Once again, I am Rudude running production and colour casting this evening. My play-by-play for the evening, Ivar. We know him, we love him on the Omega channel, and we're going to be happy to cast for you this second game of the UML Upsurge League here. This is game number 2, and this game has serious playoff implications. If Omega Gaming manage to turn this back around, then it looks like there'll be a 3-way tie at the top for 2nd seed or 1st seed. And if Honeyfruit Gaming manage to take this game 2-0, then there's always a chance, I believe, that they can challenge for 1st seed. So a lot on the line for this series. With that being said and done, though, just as we wrap up, go into spectator delay, we are going to throw it to a short intermission as we have a quick word from our sponsors. Thank you guys for watching, and don't touch that browser. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are into game 2 here. Sorry for that little bit of a delay. We had a slight pause. Somebody did not connect. But I just want to touch on these runes and stuff. I'm seeing the Predator Rumble. I'm super excited. And the Dark Harvest Kane already getting run down here. Flash has to be burned as the Undertow does land from Supermark on that Olaf.
Yeah, as soon as that first Undertow connected, good from Chingbear to burn the flash out of respect for the chase down that an Olaf will have in the level 1, kind of unmatched in a jungle environment if he's able to connect those Undertows on you. And Kane, really not the strongest champ. And as you were talking about rune choices, we mentioned the Predator on the Rumble, which did get slightly buffed for this patch, but then also the Dark Harvest in the jungle for this Kane, suggesting that maybe we might actually be seeing a red Kane come out, and maybe that he'll focus his bot side of the map more instead of the top side that we'd previously thought, as we see, more red Kane style being more competitively viable. But maybe if there is an assassin pick coming out, then Dark Harvest is the way forward.
Yeah. And we do see the early sleeper picked up by both junglers. I'm not too familiar about the mid lane matchup and how it goes.
So, I mean, the way I'd assume it would go is that if Cassiopeia is able to connect with the Noxious Blast, the initial Q, she should be able to keep the Rumble at a good distance and take the trades really easily with Twin Fangs and should win out on those. But if Killer Guy is able to dodge out on those Noxious Blasts, gets himself in range with the Scrap Shield and the Flamethrower going to come through, I feel like he could actually have fairly decent trades in this mid lane, and an early level 2 for Ice.
Yeah, and Flashlight comes out. Orbit has to flash away there. Ignite is used, and just a flash coming out. Nothing else.
Yeah, unfortunate miss of the hook there. Nice sidestep from Orbit. Gets himself to safety. Ultimately has to burn the flash, but doesn't go down as the hook would have ultimately meant he would have fell there. Normally, we like to see Thresh trade patterns if you can get in range to open up with the Flay, which I feel like Kasion was in that instance, especially since Orbit was duking around. If you can get in range to use the Flay, it just makes people more likely to try and flash. But
another hook, but Pulverize, Headbutt Pulverize used by Orbit there. Yuhu's getting chunked down. Cleanse has to be used, and heal is popped from Orbit there.
Nice double summoner usage here, or burned from the side of Honeyfruit Gaming. Kasion really coming into his own in this bot lane early on, asserting the dominance that the Thresh has. And we saw a little bit of how Alistair fares well into a Thresh. Trades
this
here.
Looks a little, looks like a little bit of a bad trade for a Scuzzrat here. I actually like this. Solo kill picked up by Koros here. I really like the GP pick in the top lane. He's actually going to try to kite out Chengbear here. Is he going to be able to get the barrel? He does get the trade kill back. Double kill for GP, and that's tragic.
Yeah, that's a Sheen pickup early on, and there may be even a dive on this bot side of the map here using Supermark on this Olaf, but I don't know if they can go for it.
They do go for the dive here. Yuhu does use his flash. They're going to try to pick up a kill here. He does get snared. Supermark picks up the kill, takes the lantern out. The shield is there, but the tower shot does hit Supermark, and Supermark does go down. Excuse me.
Oh, Killer doesn't check the bush. Waffle Wheel absolutely cheating a recall right there. Should not have been able to get away with that, but he is able to get away unscathed. They pick up the assist, or they pick up the kill down on this bot side. Yuhu gonna miss a lot of CS under that turret and a lot of experience as well. And Waffle Wheel able to just get away with his life. Picks himself up the double Dorans and a dagger as well. Really nice play from Ice in this early stages. No, in most part, to Koros up on this top side. Picks himself up 2 kills already, 1v1ing Scuzzrat on this top side, and then also managing to take down Chingbear as well. Really putting himself to good use with this Gangplank counter pick that he has on the top side.
Yeah, the remove Scurvy is really, really good against Sejuani. The passive of Sejuani pretty much becomes pretty much useless.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's fairly redundant once you have a free ability to counter the entire passive, and Supermark is on this bot side once again.
And Ignite is used onto Yoo-Hoo here. Yoo-Hoo's going to have to be careful. He's trying to get a trade back, but the kill does go over to Waffle Wheel. Let's see if they're going to pick up a double kill, actually, here. Orbit does go down. Supermark does take that kill. 2-for-0 trade in favor of Omega Gaming Ice.
Yeah, really nice pressure from Supermark once again. Gets himself some pressure on the map, picking up another double kill or another first double kill down on this bot side. And all this time, Kane is just farming up, and we might actually see them fighting here over this Drake. Supermark spots out Ching Bear.
Yeah, Supermark's going to be in trouble here. It does go down. And Shmurda B is going to get caught out too. He lanterns away, but... Ooh, I thought... Blast Cone comes out from Yoo-Hoo here. He picks up one. He does land the snare. The heal was used, and that's going to be another kill picked up in favor of Honeyfruit Gaming. And this is a bloodbath. 10 kills in 6 minutes.
Yeah, and even gold essentially here now. And ultimately, that trade overall is a 3-for-0 going the way of Honeyfruit Gaming. They also managed to pick up this Cloud Drake. So that's actually going to feel really good for them. They were sat quite far behind, and just slightly over-aggressive play, trying to secure the Drake as well, means that Honeyfruit are gifted an avenue back into this game. Waffle Wheel maybe caught.
Yeah, and he's actually going to just walk away from that. Nothing too much is going to come from that.
Supermark's bot lane once again, though. But Chingbear is nearby.
Yeah. But we do see that Cannon Barrage used, and Yoo-Hoo's going to be really low here. They're just going to let him walk away. The last auto attack from Kasion picks up that kill. And Orbit just, Undertow does land. Orbit's going to be picked up. They're going to try to give that one over to Waffleville. Picks up another kill. 2-0 on this Varus going his patented on-hit build. We haven't seen him go poke Varus too often. He usually does go on-hit and takes over the game when he does get ahead.
Yeah, on-hit, especially versus this team comp, is really good for cutting through these champions that they're gonna have to. Scuzzrat going to be tanky, Orbit going to be tanky, so the number of auto attacks he's able to dish out will really impact how he cuts through these guys. Talked about it in the champ select, how the lethality probably really wasn't the option, and if Waffle Wheel prefers this on-hit build, then that caters to him even better. And interestingly now, with 8 minutes into the game, we see once again Ice rotating people up to the top side, but Supermark may be caught.
Yeah, and he needs to be careful here. Shmurda does get ulted, but he's not on top of the equalizer there. No flash or barrier actually is available. He does get the lantern to get out. They're going to go into Chingbear here. Hook does not land. Chingbear does use his ultimate. Supermark does go golden here, but he probably will be going down. He does go down. Ignite is onto Chingbear. Chingbear's going to go into the wall to get the heal. So far, it's a 1-for-0 trade in favor of Honeyfruit Gaming. But Koros is here, and so is the bot lane. The Chain of Corruption does land from Waffle Wheel, and they're going to try to get this kill into Scuzzrat. I wonder if they donate that over to Waffle Wheel. And it looks like Waffle Wheel should be able to pick that up with a snipe, and he does. And that's another kill given over to Waffle Wheel. He is now 3-0-3 on this on-hit Varus. Interesting flash from Orbit here in the mid lane. I'm not too sure what he was going for there, but...
Yeah, maybe looking for a flash headbutt pulverize combo onto Shmurda B, but he went the entirely wrong direction. And Killer B, the killer guy right here, he has a ruby crystal and 3 stacks on a dark seal to his name, and he's half health in chorus with 1 empowered flame spitter. These rumble base damages early on really are nothing to scoff at. He's doing quite a lot of damage already. Got himself a nice XP lead in the mid lane, and not quite a CS lead, but you know, with Shmurda B picking up the tier now, almost got the lost chapter as well. He's going to be scaling up nicely, and Rift Herald does get used here in the top side. Would like to see them donate this gold all the way over to Waffle Wheel, but it looks like Kasion's going to stay and cop some of it for himself. Obviously, Supermark gets the plating gold from the Herald as well. So the gold not completely funneled into Waffle. At the end of the day, he does pick up himself an extra kill's worth of gold from it, but could have been slightly more if they were going for a true funnel style onto this Varus still. And I wanted to quickly touch on it before all the action happened around that Herald and around the mid lane, but we got to 8 minutes in the game and Koros had already picked himself up the Stinger and the Sheen, and that's when he decided he was going for the Cull. Quite a late purchase for him in this game, already sitting at 60 or so CS, feeling like getting himself another 100 It's something that he's going to be able to do fairly quickly, and Shmurda is in a whole lot of trouble here.
Yeah, Equalizer used, Moonlight Vigil used. He does have the Lantern there, but it's a little bit too far away, and he's just going to go down. Cannon Barrage was used to try to dissuade a little bit of that dive, but free kill nonetheless. And they need to be careful because there's a lot of damage coming out from Killer Guy here. And I don't know why they're opting to defend this tower at 2v4, and Kasion's probably going to die here as the... Yeah, I think they're going to donate this kill over to Killer Guy here. He does have Flame Spitter. He does pick up another kill. He 3-0 onto this Rumble, and they're going to go for this last tower. They need to be careful. Maybe another Undertow picks up a kill out of range. Yeah, this is a bloodbath.
Yeah, so many potential carries right now. We've got Killer Guy, the one unkilled member from Honeyfruit, and obviously Koros and Waffle Wheel being the main carries currently for Omega Gaming Ice. That entire time, by the way, Waffle Wheel was sitting farming minions in the mid lane and picked himself up a couple of plates on the mid lane turret, so he got himself a nice little cash injection as well right there just from being able to farm plates. But we're now sat 11 minutes into the game, and it is, as expected with the Dark Harvest, going to be a blue Kayn coming out from Chingbear. Going to really look to lay the pain onto Waffle Wheel and Shmurda, get them bursted out before a team fight even begins. And now we've got the Ocean Drake spawning.
The big thing here is that there's 3 main damage dealers for Omega Gaming here. As we see a fight in the bot lane here, Equalizer does come out. Shmurda has to flash away. Barrier is available. I wonder if he does use it. He does not. He looks like he's safe. I spoke too soon.
You jinxed him, man. But the heal does have to be used from orbit, so not an entirely free play, but they will quite happily take that because it is going to give them the priority that they wanted around this Drake. Going to be the second one of the game going their way. Even with the gold deficit, they're still able to take these neutral objectives, and we saw the power of Blue Kayn.
If I'm not wrong, Ice hasn't taken a dragon at all this series.
No, you're not wrong. You are correct with that.
They've taken a couple heralds, but no dragons.
Yeah, the priority this series has been very clear to both teams so far. You know, Supermark valuing the Rift Herald, valuing the plates that he can get from that, and Chingbear valuing more the win condition that is getting to a soul and being able to win out from there. Looks like, though, this game we are going to have the Mountain Soul coming on through. So a little bit altered terrain and a nice shield going to come through for whichever team can pick up that soul point. And something that we can see once again is another slight lead in the jungle for Chingbear. Supermark has focused on the bot lane, so his job was to get Waffle ahead, but now Koros is in a 2 versus 1.
Yeah, he's probably going to go down here due to the Blue Kayn damage. Shutdown given over to Chingbear. And he's putting himself in the position where he was last game to just take over the game on this assassin and carry his team to victory.
Yeah, you know, kind of really asserting his dominance on the series, not just on this game. He's now got 2 levels on Supermark, maybe dive. He's just going to get absolutely one shot under the turret. Ragnarok does not help him in any way. Skullsrat quite happy to tank that up.
Yeah, Tabbies didn't even help him, but looks like the bot lane of Omega Gaming is here, and they beautiful Chain of Corruption does come out. Waffle Wheel picks up a kill. He's now 4-0. But it looks like this mid tower will fall due to the guns available for you here. Look at how quickly Aphelios is taking that tower.
Oh, but the barrel.
I don't think it matters. I think Koros is in trouble here. He needs to use that remove scurvy to get away from the pulverized. Shmurda needs to be careful too, as he's setting in the Equalizer, does sidestep. He's going to go for a 1v1 trade in the bot lane here, and he does pick up the solo kill. Shutdown given over to Shmurda.
Yeah, really nice play from Shmurda there. Flashes, or not flashes rather, sidesteps the Electro Harpoon, which would have made it so much easier for Killer Guy to come through and take that kill. Killer Guy ultimately using his flash, but didn't use the heal. I'm not sure if it was available at the time, but maybe not respecting the output of damage from this Cassiopeia, and a big bounty going the way of Shmurda, giving Omega Gaming Ice another avenue to maybe carry from. Cassiopeia sat at 0-3-0 at that point, and taking the 1 versus 1 versus the 3-0 Rumble. That's going to feel really good for Ice. Going to be a really good mental boost, because they needed that. They needed that secondary win condition, or maybe even the tertiary one with Koros up on the top side as well. But getting Cassio back into this game is going to feel really good for them, and it's going to, as you mentioned or alluded to earlier on, the triple threat comp that ICE have got here now really coming online. We've seen Waffle get funneled, we saw Koros displaying some Gangplank dominance early on, and now Schmurda finally getting himself on the board with that solo kill in the bot lane.
Yep. And I think this Kane is going to be very scary. Schmurda needs to be careful because he can get popped instantly, and he's looking a little bit aggressive here with Kane in the backs of the fight, and Kane's just going to have his way. Look at the damage.
Yeah, the Dark Harvest, the not even completed lethality item yet, but it's looking quite rough for the side of ICE at the minute, just in terms of how they handle this Kane. And they do have a couple of answers. If they manage to lock down Kane with a Chain of Corruption, there is a world where they can just one-shot him and burst him out, but I expect to see an Edge of Night come through, probably the second item, if he's opting for the Duskblade as he did in game number 1. And maybe Killer Guy catches Casion with the Harpoon. Looks like the Cannon Barrage comes out, he's just going to zone them away, and with the Lantern as well, keeps himself safe here.
And they do use the Herald in the mid lane here. And they're going to try to get this tower. But bot lane tower will go down in response. Yeah, bot lane tower does go down. Moonlight Vigil used. Schmurda B needs to be careful. Does get slowed. Lantern was used, but nothing's going to come from that. But Schmurda B definitely needs to back now. Opting to stay.
Yeah, Cassio has a lot of innate sustain just from her kit. Supermark is caught.
Yeah, way too aggressive there, especially on a warrior build.
Oh.
Flash Petrifies Engage just come out from Schmurda B, but nothing's going to come from that. Heal is used. She's going to instantly go down, and we see Koros down the backside of that team fight, and Philios is free hitting here, and they're going to get 200 years. Waffle Wheel is trying to get some kills, but he's unable to pick up any damage. Flashes over a wall to pick up a Philios, but he doesn't get it, and that's going to be a clean ace coming out for Honeyfruit Gaming.
Yeah, the 5-0 there off the back of a flash engage from Schmurda B. Looking for the Aphelios, ended up catching out the Kane, but with the Umbral Trespass being able to come through, ultimately they didn't pick up any kills, and I have to wonder whether or not that engage was the right play for Omega Gaming Ice. They didn't need to take that fight. There's still an avenue for them to come back into this game, and with throwing away the gold bounties that was on Waffle Wheel, it kind of feels like now the game is getting much further out of control. There's still a world where they can concede that Mountain Drake and fight for the next one. So something that we see quite a lot with teams that scale super well, like this Ice team does with Varus, Cassio, Gangplank scaling super well into the late game. Something that you'll quite often see teams do is just concede the first 3 Drakes and say, yes, we're not strong enough to fight you at this point, but come back on this Soul Point Drake, we're going to have our items and we're going to have our power spikes, we'll fight you there, we'll fight when we're strong. And unfortunately, Ice electing not to do that, electing to go for this earlier team fight, and just unfortunately, minuscule health bars coming out from Honeyfruit, but they're catching Koros here again. He's just going to fall instantly.
Yeah, another kill picked up from Chingbear here. 8-1 on this Kane.
Yeah, he had a similar score on the Nocturne as well. He was making his presence felt, and this assassin-style jungle coming out from him has really been effective in these games. Look at if we just take a look at this gold discrepancy in the jungle, 3,000 gold lead. That's the entirety of their gold lead this game.
And they're beelining it to the bot lane here. And looks like they're going to have a beautiful Petrifying Gaze actually from Schmurda B, but I don't think it's going to be enough. A little bit of damage just come out. He does get picked up there. Chingbear picks up another kill. We see Scuzzrat tanking the tower, picks up the kill on Supermarket. Hook does come out in the mid lane. Yuhu's going to have to kite back. He does go down a Waffle Wheel, but Waffle Wheel will go down to the Flame Spitter, and Casion will also go down here. Most probably, yeah. Unless? Nah. Ooh, very close. Killer Guy goes gold and picks up that double kill.
Yeah, the Killer Guy rather, with the golden drill right there, auto-tack Zhonya's, just to make sure that no instances of damage come through from Casion to keep himself alive. And now this game really is starting to snowball. We see this blue Kayn really come into this effect and into its effectiveness. It's typically around this stage, in the mid game where solo laners are just caught pushing one wave that they shouldn't be, not respecting the Kayn, shadow stepping through walls with blue Kayn as well. He's able to navigate the map so much faster than red Kayn and any other jungler really is. A couple of times now that Koros has been caught off guard by this, and Skuzrat and Chingbear have been able to collapse and pick up the kills onto the side, onto these solo laners of Ice. Currently, 6 deaths sat on Schmurder B at the minute. Not had the greatest game, unfortunately. And now the way that Ice get back into this game is they need a solid team fight. There's a world where Cassio Varus is able to win in a 5 versus 5. It's just whether or not that the gold discrepancy that they're at is gating them too much in these team fights. And if they manage to get a good team fight and get themselves the kills onto the Kayn with a 700 gold bounty, the killer guy has a 600 or a 300 gold bounty, meaning 600 gold. Skuzrat as well has bounties. If these kills go onto the right members, I'm talking Waffle Wheel and Schmurder at this point, maybe even Koros, there's a world where they get back into the game, but this Teeth or Lantern is going to get out.
Yeah, they need to be careful.
Righteous Glory engage here from Orbit. First item. They just want to be able to start fights. They've acknowledged that maybe the primary engage isn't quite there. They're going to be relying heavily on Skuzrat, and Schmurder B is on the wrong side of this lane.
Yeah, and he's going to get Equalizer down. We do see Orbit beelining it here. Headbutt Pulverize used, and that's a lot of damage. Picks up a kill.
Yeah, the Headbutt Pulverize taking Schmurder B right down there. 300 damage base. It's pretty standard actually for a support at this stage of the game, and nice Zhonya's pick up from Killer Guy, managing to keep himself alive on 2 occasions right now. There was a world where Schmurder was able to
looks like
collapse here.
Are they setting up yeah, it looks like they were setting up a little bit of a cheese gank, but they realized tanks were coming in. And now they're kind of stuck in a sticky situation. Kayn on the backside here. They do have the Chains of Corruptions available for Waffle Wheel. Cassiopeia did just respawn, and Mega Gaming Ice, it almost seems like they're clawing at desperation here.
Yeah, they need to try and make something happen before this Mountain Soul respawns, which is going to be very soon, and a fight in the lanes
Does break out. Waffle Wheel is kiting beautifully here, but we do see Olaf get immediately deleted, and Schmurder B is just going to go straight on to 200 years here. Does pick up a double kill, and still alive here. Let's see if they're going to pick up some more. Schmurder B needs to be careful and kite through. Picks up another kill. Shutdown picked up by Koros here, and we do see Waffle Wheel kiting all the way onto the top lane here against Chingbear, but his fate is kind of sealed. Chingbear will get that smite down, pick up a kill. Let's see if Schmurder B can kite this out. He's kiting out Skuzrat. The passive is available and uses the Petrifying Gaze, and yep, that Leandries. Oh, it doesn't actually have Leandries, excuse me. If he had Leandries, that would have been a kill for sure, but nonetheless, signs of life from Omega Gaming Ice.
Yeah, nice team fight for them there. Didn't go as one-sided as the last one did. Schmurder B able to actually do a lot of damage. Flashed on in, as you mentioned, killed Yoo-Hoo. And is he going to try and contest this Drake here? Supermark is respawned and live.
Yeah, and looks like there should be a beautiful double kill. Okay, no, it looked like it was a double kill, but it was just a Dragon Steel and a kill with one undertow there.
Yeah, and that's going to mean Baron as well, with Chingbear dead, Skuzrat dead as well, no tank. Yoo-Hoo, though, gets some nice damage off.
They're getting 200 years here, but Miasma also does a lot of damage.
Yeah, so they're going to have to see, because Flamethrower Sniper combo is really good for halting a Baron attempt if they need to. Moonlight Visual going to be available very soon, so Infernum ulti going to be available. Orbit beelining it in here.
Yeah, Hook does land onto the Killer Guy. He does go golden with this Flame Spitter out. Koros is stepping forward here. Beautiful Moonlight Vigil picks up damage into the 3 members. Petrifying Gaze onto Orbit here. Orbit's going to have to go down. We see the TP coming in from Scuzzbot. The Flash Harpoon comes out. Killer Z just using his Predator. Killer Guy using his Predator picks up another kill. That's going to be an ace over to Honeyfruit Gaming and the Baron.
Yeah, they ultimately are able to collapse onto Omega Gaming Ice. They pick up all 5 members and blinking health bars on numerous members of Honeyfruit, but it doesn't matter. They're able to take the Baron and 15 or so seconds left on all of the respawn timers. It's going to be an in-hit, and we'll see if they go for more. I doubt that they'll have the time to, but we'll have to wait and see. Just going to be the inhib, and they're going to back off, get the reset through. They got 5 kills there, got the Baron as well, so they're going to be rich in their pockets. Ultimately, though, Supermark was able to flash in. You know, we kind of lost that in the heat of everything going on. He flashed in, got the kills onto Qingbe, picked up a nice shutdown, and also denied them soul point. So yes, Honeyfruit have got Baron now, and that's going to make their siege a lot stronger and even easier. But they don't have that Mountain Soul, which is something that would be so nice for Yuhu and Qingbe just when he's going in. You know, has this Edge of Night now. If he'd got himself that extra 300 HP shield, would be sitting really pretty, but the nice denial from Supermark, managing to flash into the pit and save the Mountain Soul from going down.
Indeed, indeed. It looks like Waffle Wheel is going to finally get his Runeance Hurricane here. Hit his 3-item spike, but the problem is, like, he can't get in range to auto attack. If he's in range to auto attack, he's dying. Shmurda getting caught out. Pulverize was used. Lantern's there. Does die mid Dark Passage. And that's another kill picked up for Honeyfruit Gaming.
Yeah, and that's just another case of Shmurda being caught in the side lanes, unfortunately. Didn't have the vision to be pushing up that far, and Orbit, with this Righteous Glory Moby Boots combo, has actually picked up quite a few kills in the side lane. You know, along with Qingbe being able to shadow step through walls, the Moby Boots Alistair has picked up a lot of freebies as well. We are only actually 27 minutes into the game, and you know, we do see games end around this point as Casey on court here.
Yeah, and he's gonna actually get away with the Aftershock ticking there, but it's gonna be very difficult for Omega Gaming Ice to stay alive. Actually, they're gonna go for a 1v1 here, but I don't think you win that Waffle Wheel. That's a Philios, brother. Philios will be winning those 1v1s pretty consistently, and they're just gonna engage onto the backline of Omega Gaming Ice. Big 2-man headbutt pulverized into 2-man Moonlight Vigil, and then they're just gonna end the game here, hitting these towers down. Some signs of life coming out from Omega Gaming Ice, but the Kane did get a little bit too far ahead, and took over the game.
Yeah, ultimately deserved victory for Honeyfruit Gaming, and really all on the back off of Qingbe actually able to carry his team through, as it looked as though maybe Waffle Wheel was able to collect some kills and collect a carry, but unfortunately was unable to do so. 2-0 in the end for Honeyfruit Gaming.
Yeah, really well played, really well deserved from them. MVP of the series, I think it's unanimous here for Qingbe, right?
Has to be Qingbe.
Absolute sublime play.
He really did dominate both of the games.
I'm kind of curious on what that means for standings. I'm not too sure. I think they tie for first seed now. Maybe a head-to-head has to be played, but that's pretty much solidifies Mega Gaming Ice into third seed going into playoffs that start this coming Friday. Yeah, we don't know the matchup just yet, but we will be back Friday. Anything to add before we sign out here, Rude Dude?
Nothing from me. Just a quick, tip of the hat to yourself. Thank you for joining me on this cast as the play-by-play, and we look forward to seeing the Ice guys on Friday. They do unfortunately drop down into what will be the lower bracket, meaning that they are in, if I'm not mistaken, a single elimination run of the tournament this time.
Yes, correct. They will be in the lower bracket, which means they will be will not have that benefit of the double elimination. But nonetheless, GG's well played to both teams. Thank you for both teams cooperating with each other to get this reschedule played out. But yeah, that's all we have for you today. Please, I'm going to drop the command in chat for the giveaway. Please make sure you follow all of our socials and everything. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We will be sending the stream over to our friends over at Excellency. I believe we have Omega Gaming Unleashed playing in Scrim Gyms this week. Maybe we get to see them on stream, but nonetheless, we will send the viewers over there. We're just going to wait for the spectator delay to catch up. It's been a pleasure. My name is Ivar. I've been joined by Rude Dude. Anything else to add, or are we good to sign off?
I think that's it from us. Thank you guys at home for watching, and we'll be back again on Friday for the Ice Boys once again.
Yeah, and just one clarification. I just got confirmation Honeyfruit Gaming did secure first. So congratulations to them.
Nice, well played by them, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all we have for you. We will be just waiting for the spectator delay to catch up, and we will send everybody over to Excellency. Thank you, guys.